following is 100% totally fan-made, so please enjoy and always support the official release. Hey guys, it's Alvin, your favorite chipmunk. Even if it's Simon, you know deep down inside, it's really me. Ugh, Alvin, quit bragging. Who's bragging? I know for a fact, Brittany, that I am the #1 chipmunk to ever live in the history of all chipmunk kind. You are insane, don't you think, Jeanette? Oh no, leave me out of this. Come on, Jeanette, back me up. Brittany, you know I don't like to get involved, but I'm your sister. Are you really going to just stand there and let Alvin say he's the best? So, what does it matter anyway? Jeanette, it's the principle of the thing. You just can't go around saying you're the best when you can't back it up. But Alvin's got a lot going for him. Oh, so you're gonna take his side? I never said that, Britt. You've got a lot going for you, too. Oh, yeah? Like my superior sense of style. Oh, yeah? Well, I destroy you on the skateboard. Are you sure about that? I rocked when I had that competition. Oh, yeah, she's got a point. But all you used was your dancing skills. Yes, I used what I've got. It's a recurring theme with me. Well, for a lot of it, you did seem like you were flying by the seat of your pants. Jeanette, these are leggings. No, Brittany, it's a figure of speech. It means you were guessing the whole way through. I like to think of it as strategic luck. So, you're saying that if I got on that skateboard, I'd be good at it if I just used my skills? Like my brain? Or I could just dance? I'm a little clumsy, though. Jeanette, I honestly believe that anyone can do anything as long as you put your mind to it. Now, don't we have a show to do? Oh, yeah. Come on, let's go. Hello, we are the Chipmunks and the Chipettes, and you are watching yet another episode of the Munkcast, the #1 place for your chipmunk fix. Can we say that? You can say anything you want, Alvin, as long as it's respectful. Oh, well, we've got a great show lined up for you today. We are going to look at your comments and questions, as usual. So, let's not waste any more time and get right to it. Brittany, do you want to go first? Me? You're actually letting me go first? Alvin, what have you done with the real Alvin? Well, if you don't want it, Britt. Oh, no. I want it. Okay, let's see. Wow, that's a lot of questions for today's episode. Okay, this one. This first question is from Hannah Glavas. Hi, Hannah. They ask, hello, Brittany. I have a question for you. What is your favorite activity? Oh, Hannah, what a great question. Where do I start? I mean, I have so many favorite activities. But if I had to just pick one, it would probably be, no surprise here, shopping. But it's not just about buying things. It's the whole experience. Walking into a boutique, seeing all the latest trends, finding that perfect outfit that just screams, me. It's like a treasure hunt. I love putting outfits together, creating looks that really make a statement. Fashion is more than just clothes. It's a way to express who you are. And let's not forget, Brittany, you spend just as much time styling as you do shopping. You're always coordinating accessories, shoes, and even nail polish to match every outfit. Exactly, Jeanette. It's an art form, really. But shopping isn't my only favorite activity. I also love singing, obviously. Being on stage, feeling the energy of the crowd, hitting all the right notes. It's such an amazing rush. Music is a big part of who I am, and I love performing with my sisters and the boys. And let's not forget all the rehearsals that go into it. People might think it's all just fun and games, but there's a lot of hard work behind the scenes. Yeah, Brittany, you work so hard making sure your makeup looks flawless for the stage. That's a real effort, huh? Ha ha, Alvin. Very funny. But hey, if looking good while performing is a crime, then I'm guilty as charged. Anyway, I also enjoy organizing events like parties and get-togethers, decorating, planning themes, making sure everyone looks perfect. It's so satisfying to see everyone just having a great time.
You're really good at that, Brittany. Remember the holiday party you threw last year? The decorations were beautiful, and the food was amazing.
Aw, thanks, Eleanor. It's all about creating a vibe, you know? Oh, and one more thing I love is just spending time with my sisters. Whether we're baking cookies, doing DIY crafts, or just hanging out and talking. Those little moments mean so much to me. Aw, Prit, that's so sweet. We love spending time with you, too. Thanks, Jeanette. So, Hannah, to sum it up, my favorite activities are shopping, singing, organizing events, fashion, and spending quality time with my sisters and friends. And of course, maybe the Chipmunks. So, thanks for the great question. It was so much fun to answer. Don't forget bossing everyone around to that list. That's gotta be on there too, right? Alvin, if you want to talk about bossing people around, maybe you should look in the mirror. Anyway, Hannah, thanks again. Hope that answers your question. I loved it. Bestie. Next up, this question is from Kennedy Savoy. Hi, Kennedy. They ask, do y'all like watching Trolls Funfair Surprise music videos? Oh, that's such a fun question. Let's dive into it. Simon, why don't you start us off?
Of course, I can do that. Well, Kennedy, to be honest, I have seen a few of those music videos, excuse me, mainly out of curiosity while researching current trends in music and entertainment. And I have to say, they're very well made. The visuals are bright and engaging, and the music is undeniably catchy. If they are sometimes covers. While I personally prefer something with a bit more complexity, I can certainly appreciate the artistry and effort behind the videos. They're clearly designed to bring joy, and I think that's a great thing.
Appreciate the artistry, Simon? Come on, they're awesome! The energy, the colors, the characters, everything about those videos is pure fun. And the music? Oh, total bangers, you know? I've actually tried out some of their dance moves, and I gotta say, I nailed it. The trolls have nothing on my dance moves, and I should know. I personally know Poppy. Alvin, you've nailed their dance moves. You nearly tripped over your own feet the last time you tried. Okay, Brittany. First of all, that was one time. And second, it's all part of the creative process. You can't be a dance legend without taking some risks. Anyway, the trolls totally get me. They know how to party, and they know how to make great music videos. If we ever did a crossover with them, we would blow everybody's mind. I love the Trolls Funfair Surprise videos. They're so cheerful, and the characters are really cute. Plus, the songs are super catchy. I always end up singing along. And I love the parts where they include food, like cupcakes or candy. It makes me feel like I'm right there, with the party, and with them. I agree, Theodore. The videos have such a positive vibe. They're all about friendship, creativity, and sometimes Poppy's sister, and celebrating who you are, which is such a great message. Plus, their harmonies are really impressive. You can tell a lot of work goes into the music and the visuals. It's not just entertainment, it's art.
Absolutely, and I love how each troll has their own personality. It makes every video feel unique. The bright colors, the fun choreography. It's also energizing. They really know how to put on a show. Honestly, Brittany, I think we'd have a blast collaborating with them. Imagine the costumes, the stage design. It would be unforgettable.
Oh, I'm sure it would be. And while I'm not the biggest fan, I'm a fan, but not the biggest, I could respect their style. I mean, they're not exactly fashion icons, but they have their own unique look, and I admit that. Plus, their songs are fun, even if they're not my usual thing. And let's be real, if we ever perform together, the Chipmunks would totally steal the show.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves, Brittany. While I'm sure we put on a great performance, we'd also have to consider the logistics of performing alongside such little characters. It's an interesting thought experiment, though.
Simon, I think Kennedy was asking for more of a lighthearted response. But yeah, performing with the trolls would definitely be an experience. Alvin, what would your dream duet look like with them? Oh, easy. Picture this. Me and Poppy on lead vocals with Branch beatboxing in the background. The Chipettes could do backup harmonies, and Simon could handle the technical side, like lights and sounds. Oh, it would be epic. Backup singers? Sure, why not? We'd still outshine you. Well, thank you, Kennedy, for such a creative question. It's always fun to imagine and collaborate. And to all of you trolls out there, if you're listening, and I don't mean the YouTube kind, hit us up for a collab. The Chipmunks and Trolls would be the ultimate team. Anyway, moving on. Next question is from Zelda Mitchell 378. Hey there. They ask, "Hi, Brittany Miller. It's me, Adrian, warring Monique." Hi. Well, you said that to Brittany, but she's being quiet right now. Brittany, do you and Alvin still love each other? And if so, do you and your Chipettes love to meet Avery and the Calio? I can never say this. Calio Hearts. I know who they are, but I can never say their name. Calio? Calio? Calio. Whatever. Big question. Love each other. Well, Brittany, care to start? Adrian, you sure know how to stir things up, don't you? Well, let me just say this. Alvin and I have a complicated relationship. Sometimes we get along very well, and other times, well, let's just say we know how to push each other's buttons. Whether that's love or just something else, I'll let you decide. Complicated? Brittany, I think you mean dynamic. You know, like peanut butter and jelly, totally different, but perfect together. More like oil and water, Alvin. We might mix occasionally, but it's never permanent. I think what Brittany's trying to say is that their relationship is layered. They may have their moments of teamwork and understanding, but they're also very different personalities. It's part of what makes them so entertaining to watch. Exactly. See? Jeanette gets it. Oh, besides, Brittany and I have been through a lot together. We've had our share of adventures, disagreements, and yes, even some sweet moments. But hey, that's what keeps things interesting, right?
And Brittany, let's be honest, you wouldn't put up with Alvin if you didn't care about him on some level.
Care about him? Maybe. Love him? Let's not get carried away, Eleanor. I think the world's got enough drama without adding that into the mix.
And with that very vague answer, let's move on to the second part of the question, meeting Avery and the Calico Hearts.
Oh, yeah? I'd love to meet Avery and the Calico Hearts. I've heard so much about their performances, and they seem like such a talented group. I love their voices for some reason. Can't put my finger on why. But I'm always up for connecting with other artists. It's inspiring to see what other musicians are doing and to share ideas. Collaboration is what keeps the world exciting, especially the music world. I agree. Meeting new performers is always such a great experience. I like the one with the glasses. It's amazing how everyone brings their own unique style and creativity to the stage. I think we could learn a lot from Avery and her group. And let's be real, they probably love performing with us. How do you know? I just do. Come on, who wouldn't give anything to perform with us? Like, we are the Chipmunks. We are world famous. But you're assuming that they even like you. They may not like us at all. We get haters, just like everybody else. Oh, but they know deep down inside that they really, really love me. I mean, I am Alvin Seville, biggest rock star that ever lived.
I think that a lot of other rock stars would have something to say about that, Alvin.
Yeah, but even those guys know that I'm better. Like, we're better, even the girls. Oh no, don't bring us in on your delusions. I'm good the way I am, thanks. I don't need to be gratificated. Is that a word?
Gratificated. I don't think so. Are you referring to gratified?
Sort of. I don't have to prove myself, okay? Whatever, Brittany. Next question. Okay, Party Rock 2081 ask, in the whole life situation, why were you all screaming at certain points? That was quite an experience. Simon, care to start?
Certainly, Jeanette. When we were informed about the lice outbreak at school, it understandably caused a lot of concern. Lice are tiny parasites that infest hair, leading to itching and discomfort, and naturally we have a lot of hair, so the idea of having such creatures on us was quite distressing, which naturally led to some vocal reactions.
Distressing is an understatement, Simon. The mere thought of those creepy crawlies in my hair, or anywhere else on my body, is horrifying. I remember when we got home, Dave decided to set up a classroom in the house to keep up with our studies. But every time someone mentioned lice, I couldn't help but feel paranoid and, well, scream. And let's not forget when Dave was teaching and Alvin pretended to see something moving in Brittany's hair. The panic that ensued was intense. Hey, I just like to lighten the mood. But yeah, looking back, maybe that wasn't the best idea. I remember being really scared too. I kept imagining lice everywhere, even though we hadn't seen any. It was just the fear of the unknown that made us all so jumpy.
Exactly. And with Dave trying his best to teach us at home, the added stress made every little itch feel like a lice attack. It was tough. It really was a tough time for us all. In retrospect, our reactions were a bit, exaggerated. Lice infestations, while unpleasant, are manageable with proper treatment. But in the heat of the moment, our imaginations got the better of us.
Totally. And I think the screaming was just a way to release all that pent-up anxiety. Not our finest moment, but hey, it's just natural. And honestly, it wasn't just the lice. There was so much going on that week. With everyone stressed about school and all of us cooped up together, the tension was already high. The lice scare just sent it over the edge. Not to mention, the whole situation threw off my routine completely. I mean, how can you focus on anything when you're constantly wondering if there's a bug crawling on you? It was impossible to concentrate. And then Alvin's constant pranks didn't exactly help. Hey, I wasn't constantly pranking anyone. I just added some excitement to the day. Like when I pretended there was one on Simon's shoulder. He screamed so loud, the neighbors probably thought we were under attack.
Yes, thank you for reminding me, Alvin. That was not one of your finer moments. And for the record, I didn't scream. I yelled in protest. There's a difference. Sure, Simon. A very loud protest. Honestly, though, it wasn't just Alvin. I think we all got a little carried away. Like the time I accidentally dropped a pillow on Theodore's head, and he thought it was a big bug jumping on him.
Well, it felt real at the time, and everyone else was panicking, so it's not like I was the only one. And then there was the hair-checking situation. We kept grabbing mirrors, looking for imaginary bugs in our hair. Jeanette even made this little magnifying glass to help inspect. Remember? I thought it would help us feel more in control. Okay. Let's just all say that we did things we aren't proud of and probably should have done better. So let's leave it at that, and let's move on to another fan mail question. Yeah, we can do that, but next time there's a lice outbreak, somebody tell me in advance, and I am taking like a month off school. I am not getting lice in my perfect hair. Okay, well, next up, Emperor Dalek 102 says, Dear Brittany, what is your opinion on Shadow the Hedgehog? Oh, interesting question. So, I'll admit up front, I've only seen Sonic 3 once, and it was Theodore's choice for movie night. And while I thought the action was pretty cool, I didn't focus much on the details. But I remember Shadow making quite an impression. First of all, his look is very striking. He had, if I remember, black fur, red streaks. I wonder who does those piercing red eyes, I think. It's like he was designed to stand out. I mean, he's clearly not afraid to embrace his dark, mysterious vibe. As someone who appreciates a strong sense of style, I respect that. He's got this edgy, rebellious thing going on that's totally his own. And it works for him. Not exactly my personal style, of course. Pink is definitely my color. Pink is more my color, but I get the appeal. He does have a very dramatic presence, doesn't he? Even the way he moves, it's so deliberate. Like every step is part of some grand plan. Exactly. I mean, the guy's confident enough to walk around naked, okay? So does Sonic. So I'll give him that. I mean, he's intense. From what I remember, Shadow's not exactly warm and fuzzy, but he's got the whole lone wolf energy, you know? Always brooding and focusing on his goals. Honestly, he seems like the kind of person who would stare at you in silence for 10 minutes, just to make you feel uncomfortable. So, what you're saying is, you couldn't handle someone with Shadow's level of cool. He's like the ultimate bad boy. Chaos powers, a mysterious backstory, and those hover shoes. Shadow is awesome! Alvin, being cool isn't just about brooding and wearing flashy shoes. Sure, he's got a certain charm if you're into that sort of thing, but there's more to being interesting than just acting mysterious. Personally, I think Shadow could lighten up a bit. Life's too short to spend your time scowling, plotting revenge, and, being nude. I thought that Shadow was kind of scary at first, but then I realized he's not really a bad guy. He's just got a lot of feelings that he doesn't know how to express. Like, deep down, he's probably just misunderstood, and unhappy about that girl. That's a sweet way to look at it, Theodore. I suppose you're right. There's probably more to him than meets the eye. He's definitely a complex character with a long backstory. From what I remember, he's got that whole tragic thing about him going on, trying to figure out, where he belongs, and I can respect that. Everyone's on their own journey, after all.
Shadow's complexity is what makes him interesting. He's not just your typical antagonist. He's more of an anti-hero, someone who's driven by his own moral code, even if it doesn't always align with what others think is right.
Right, but he's a bit too intense for my taste. I mean, does he ever crack a smile? Maybe he just needs to take a vacation, try a little self-care. I, for one, take every opportunity I have to sit by the pool in my swimsuit. Shadow should follow suit. Maybe a mud mask, a cup of chamomile tea. That's the version I'd like to see.
Shadow relaxing at a spa? Now that I would pay to see.
Hey, everyone deserves to unwind, even edgy anti-heroes. So, to sum up, Emperor Dalek, I'd say Shadow's an intriguing character. He's got style, confidence, and a mysterious vibe. That's hard to ignore. Not exactly my type, but I can see why you are drawn to him. Thanks for the question. It was a fun one to think about. And let's be real, if Shadow ever showed up to battle me, I'd totally take him on. Chaos powers or not, Alvin Seville always comes out on top. Yeah, sure, Alvin. Let's just make sure your hoverboard actually works. I will. All right, this next question is from Tavares Hutchinson. Hey, Tavares. They ask, what are your opinions on Chloe Bourgeois, a.k.a. Queen Bee, and Zoe Lee, a.k.a. Vesperia? Oh boy, this is going to be interesting. Let's hear what everyone thinks. Simon, you're up.
Well, let's start with Chloe Bourgeois. Chloe is, complicated. On one hand, she has moments where she's genuinely helpful as Queen Bee, like when she first became a hero and actually worked well with Ladybug and Cat Noir. But on the other hand, her behavior outside of Queen Bee leaves a lot to be desired. She's often arrogant, entitled, and incredibly mean to her classmates, especially Marinette. It's hard to overlook that side of her.
Yeah, Chloe is a total diva, and not in a good way. Don't get me wrong, I love her confidence, and I can even appreciate someone that knows what they want. But Chloe takes it way too far. She puts others down to make herself feel better, and that's just not okay. I mean, how many times has she gone out of her way just to humiliate Marinette? It's exhausting to watch. I agree. But Chloe does have some redeeming qualities, though. For example, her loyalty to Ladybug when she was Queen Bee. That's admirable. She genuinely wants to be a hero, but her inability to work as a team and her need for constant validation, well, it ultimately led to her downfall. It's a shame because she had potential, real potential to grow into, well, a better person. Yeah, but let's be real, Chloe is entertaining. Sure, she's a total brat, but you can't deny that she makes things interesting. Every show needs a character who stirs the pot, and Chloe is great at that. Plus, you gotta admit, her Queen Bee costume is pretty cool. I think her costume is cool too, but I feel bad for her. She seems like she acts mean because she doesn't feel loved or appreciated, especially by her mom. Maybe if people showed her more kindness, she'd be nicer too.
That's a good point, Theodore. Chloe does seem to crave attention and approval because she doesn't get any at home. But at some point, she's just gonna have to take responsibility for her actions. You can't just keep blaming everyone else for everything you do. Exactly, and that's where Zoe Lee comes in, aka Vesperia. Zoe is the complete opposite of Chloe, in many ways. She's kind, empathetic, and genuinely wants to make a positive impact. Despite being Chloe's half-sister, she doesn't let herself be dragged down by Chloe's negative behavior. Instead, she stands up for what's right, even if it means going up against her own family.
Zoe is refreshing, honestly. She's proof that you don't need to be loud or over the top, to be confident or strong. She's all about doing the right thing, and that's something I can respect. Plus, her transformation is gorgeous. And let's not forget how she earned the Bee Miraculous. She didn't just get it handed to her. She proved herself to Ladybug by, showing that she could be a team player. That's what being a hero is all about. Absolutely. So, Tavares, to sum it up, Chloe is complicated and needs a lot of personal growth, while Zoe is a breath of fresh air and an inspiring hero. Thanks for the great question. Yeah, but Zoe is cool, but Chloe will always have that drama factor about things. I do like Zoe, but if she spent a day with me, I'd show her how to have some fun. Because that's exactly what Zoe needs. Less responsibility and more chaos. Yeah. All right, folks. We've got the final question of the show, and it's a two-parter from Bill Flanagan. Thanks for sending it in. They ask, first to Simon, have you watched Wallace and Grommet? And second to Jeanette, have you watched Mufasa, the Lion King yet? All right, Simon, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Alvin. To answer the question, Bill, yes, I've seen Wallace and Grommet. In fact, I'm quite a big fan of the series. The stop motion is remarkable, especially considering the amount of effort and patience it takes to create. Nick Park and the team at Aardman Studios have done an incredible job crafting such a detailed and expressive world of characters. Wallace's quirky inventions and Grommet's ability to convey so much emotion without even speaking a word is brilliant. My favorite short has to be The Wrong Trousers. The suspenseful train chase at the end is a masterpiece of animation and storytelling.
Yeah, you love the animation. But can you do the voice? Come on, Simon, give us your best Wallace.
Fine, Alvin. If you're not gonna stop pestering me, here goes.
Ooh, cracking toast, Grommet. And, Grommet, lad, we've forgotten the cheese. Oh, wow, Simon, that was actually pretty good.
Well, thank you, Theodore, but I must admit, my Yorkshire accent is a bit rough around the edges. Still, it's hard to appreciate Wallace's charm. It's what makes the series so delightful in the first place.
Hard to appreciate? Simon, your accent was so bad that I think Wallace would have come running to fix it himself. But hey, A for effort.
Thank you, Brittany, for your honest feedback. Moving on, Wallace and Grommet is a charming series, and Brittany, can you do better?
Well, I can try. Ooh, cracking cheese, lads. Come on, Grommet, let's go down to the shop and have some beans on toast. Because there's nothing better than putting beans on toast. It, makes your toast right soggy. I think it does anyway. Wait, I think I've got a bit off track. So there. You try doing that. It's really hard. Can I try? If you want. Sorry, I just want in on the fun.
It's okay, Janetta. Show us what you can do.
Okay, why don't you come inside? No, that's not right. Why don't you come inside? We are about to have some cheese. Oh no, not cheese. Brings me out in a rash. Can't stand the stuff. Not even Wensleydale. I suck.
I think it's safe to say that we all have our own take on Wallace and Grommet, and a British accent. A Yorkshire British accent, of course. It's pretty weird. Guys, there's more to the question, and I think that Mufasa's story is inspiring. He's such a strong and wise character, and it'll be great to see what shaped him into the leader he became. I can't wait to watch it.
And maybe there'll be some cute lion cubs in it. They're always my favorite part of the Lion King movies. Yeah, lions and wisdom and all that. But
let's be real, it's half as good as the original. It'll be a hit, sure, but not as big as the original. So, Jeanette, when do we expect to see your full review?
I'm not a movie critic, Alvin, but I'd be happy to share my thoughts once I've seen it. But yeah, thanks for the great question, Bill. It's always fun to talk about movies and obscure British accents.
Yes, now, fellas, we got to go and have some cheese and everything. I can't do it. Guys, we just gotta say, thank you so much for watching today's episode. It was over half an hour long. You sat there and watched it all, right? You're on the premiere right now. We can't see what you're typing because this was recorded before. It's not a live video, but it's premiering and it's likely that our producers are, well, the Munkcast producers are watching with you. And I doubt they've said hi, because they often forget the scripts for these things, even though what I'm saying right now is totally improv. So, let's see, I'm supposed to say, please subscribe to the channel. It helps us a bunch. Share it around and click that little notification bell, because I know you love us. And, if anyone hits the dislike button, kick them to space and tell them to go away. Yeah? Great. So, again, thank you so much for watching, guys. And, as always, keep on munkin'.